Hey guys, this is Scout here from Team Fortress 2 Fame, here to talk about my favorite video game, Destiny 2. I am a Warlock main. Something about all the NPCs calling me smart really strokes my ego. Warlocks historically have been known to have crazy ability rejuvenation prospects, like Devour Warlocks getting health and grenade energy on kill with all of their abilities. This is because Warlocks are designed to rely on the magic, Titans rely on the fists and guns, and Hunters. Not really sure what they're about. Anyway, Warlocks have tons of crazy ways to get around long waiting times for abilities, and I put my neck out there to defend one in particular, Verity's Brow. And before you clutch your ace of spades and try and cap me for liking an unpopular exotic, I have about 20 Master and Grandmaster Nightfall completions with the thing, so shut it and listen. Verity's Brow has the trait Death Throws, whose first part states that energy weapon kills matching his subclass replenish grenade energy and boost grenade damage. It functions a lot like the revamped Adrenaline Junkie perk, but for your grenade instead of your weapon. Using an Adrenaline Junkie energy weapon is quite effective in low-level PvE, but what isn't right? Ultimately, Adrenaline Junkie energy weapons in difficult Nightfalls require too much setup to keep rolling, as you killed a few ads for the 5 stacks of both Death Throws and Junkie to stay up. Really frustrating because the synergy is difficult to ignore. When I put down my Adrenaline Junkie weapons, including my Osmosis and Adrenaline Junkie Judgment, I started to see some success. We're running Shapebinder Warlock with the Dustfield Grenades, Bleak Watcher Aspect, and my Rapid Demolitionist Ice Luna. I was able to loot my Bleak Watchers, but I will admit that it's pretty easy to loot Bleak Watchers, considering they are charged with light grenade builds that can replenish grenade energy, not to mention a seasonal mod energy siphon. And after I discovered how easy it was to use Bleak Watchers to freeze Overload champions, get free stuns with Overload Bow, and replenish my grenade through a repetition, I started doing that instead. Okay, so not a great start for Verity's Brow, but that's because you shouldn't use it with stasis. The primary reason isn't because of the better alternatives, but instead because the bonus grenade damage is hardly noticeable. The issue with the stasis kit is that the grenades are designed to make crystals or slow/freeze targets, nothing else. Thusly, boosting the damage is like replacing a whip made of pillows with a whip made of memory foam. It'll hurt a bit more, but you're still being smacked with soft shit. So fuck stasis, it's for babies anyway. I'm more interested in solar. There are 3 solar trees, but I'll only talk about 2, middle and bottom tree solar. The issue with middle tree is that, if you're running Well of Radiance, you are most likely investing in an intellect, which is very important for being able to handle frequent champion Zerg rushes. But I bring up Verity's Brow to be all about hipstery builds and the rad avant-garde methods of burning through hordes of minions of the darkness. So fucking like I want that sweet, sweet discipline. You may be thinking, well, this guy is bringing Well of Radiance into GMs for the grenade. Did I say? Well, no, not entirely at least. I never got around to explaining the second half of this Death Throws trait. Therein why I'm advocating for Verity's Brow. Turns out with any amount of stacks of Death Throws, when you use your grenade, nearby allies also gain grenade energy, which is kind of busted, right? Remember the part when I was talking about playing with teammates? Well, when you let your teammates know that they can throw more grenades, they tend to throw more grenades. It's fucking magic, literally. When you have more utility going out, especially with other players using the Wither Heat mod, you can get a few kills and then throw healing grenades to benefit your whole team. Granted, that's pretty niche and relies on your allies to also run grenade builds, which aren't particularly popular, still very noticeable. The other build is bottom tree down blade, specifically the Igniting Touch passive. Igniting Touch states that enemies defeated by solar abilities explode and can chain explosions. This becomes even more powerful when paired with Explosive Wellmaker Bountiful Wells, the solar elemental well mods that squirt ability energy like piss after a road trip. When you throw one grenade, you get multiple explosive kills, which means multiple solar wells. And that with the solar fusion grenade whose damage gets juiced after a few stacks, and it doesn't matter if you hit a minor or major. Shit, dude, you could even run Wither Heat and Focusing Lens and turn a champion you teammated with stasis into the laughingstock of the Covenant house or whatever you're fighting. But that strategy is contingent upon seasonal artifact mods and there's a new season, so whatever. This is when I talk about Arc. But frankly, Tempest Crown's ability to refund grenade energy upon arc damage changes too powerful to restrict your build as much as Verity's Brow asks you to, despite what I found to be a slightly better clearing experience when using Trinity Ghoul and Explosive Wellmaker again. But at that point, just use Trinity Ghoul more and call it a day. So, Void then. Any good? Ms. Erickson also provides boosted melee, rift, and super ability energy, which is too useful to use over the strong but contextual grenade damage boost provided by Verity's Brow. Initially, I thought further juicing the souped-up grenades atop Tree Void would help take care of chunkier enemies, but in practice, special weapons were much more useful and didn't restrict builds. And since I took a vow to never play Middle Tree Void without using Blink and Astrocyte Verse, another exotic helmet that improves Blink significantly, I didn't try anything out with that. I say all this to say that there is a use case for Verity's Brow that is powerful and unique to it, that being the frantic healing and explosive wallmaking, but the less specialized builds where you substitute the more powerful and popular exotic struggle to make all the pieces fit together, which is sad. I didn't spend all this time talking about Verity's Brow because I hate it. I did it because I love it. It's a cool, bony helmet with the classic bungee punch snuck in there. It has a hive aesthetic and it makes bottom tree solar go buh. It's really cool and I like it, but unfortunately its attempt at being versatile only makes it difficult to work with. In most regards, this is basically Mantle of Battle Harmony's little brother who hates gunplay but loves pattern recognition. All in all, this is a cool exotic. If you have one with a high discipline role, go out and play with it. See if you like it.